Liverpool are almost done the transfer to get Milos Kerkez into Liverpool, and we're going to see how exactly that's going to work out for them. So let's look at their game against Spurs, for example, where Kerkez actually got 2 assists. Now, let's take a look at the first goal that they actually ended up scoring in that Spurs game. So you can see Spurs with the ball, they're passing it up, and obviously now they have the attacking edge here. You can see Spurs players start to push in a little bit, maybe helping a little bit here, trying to get inside the Bournemouth defense. And as they do that, you can see Semenyo and Tavernier kind of are forced to come and block these 3 players here from doing anything. So here they are, they come in, and number 8's here to support. Now, since Tavernier and Semenyo are both guarding over here, this player is forced to come up here, and Kerkez is also forced to try and defend it. It's literally his position. And as you can see, the Spurs player tries to dribble past him, but Kerkez has such a good vision that he can actually tell what he's going to do before he does it. And Kerkez ends up taking the ball, launches it all the way up the field, and now Spurs are forced to move back. And this is kind of where Bournemouth's attack starts. And this is kind of where Kerkez really shines, because he's not just a defender, he's also could be used as a winger. So here he is. You can see Bournemouth start to get into more of a attacking position. Kerkez tries to move up a little bit more, and it's this moment right here. It's this moment right here where Spurs players are just sitting, watching the ball. They're not expecting him to make the crazy cross to Semenyo right here. But he actually does. Moves in a little bit more, makes a cross to Semenyo, and obviously Semenyo buries it in the end. And it's really Kerkez's ability to take the ball, move it up the pitch, and then pass it straight to where it is truly an attacking threat. Now, how exactly did Kerkez read this ball going here? Here's the funny thing. Kerkez is right here trying to attack the ball, right? Tavernier's pretty much right next to him helping, and you got an extra defender here trying to wait just in case he decides to click-clack-clook and try and get into Kepa's space. And it is at this moment that Kerkez realizes that there's only one real option for him to go. Either he passes back and crisis averted, or he maybe tries to dribble over here but then almost certainly gets the ball taken away. And the last good option, if you want to keep your attack in play, is to try and dribble out wide for a simple cross into the box. And Kerkez obviously knows this, which is why he follows him there and takes the ball lightning quick up the field. And yeah, again, this is the thing. He has a lot of good pace, which means that the team can quickly get into position for that pass, while Spurs is just, well, as you can see, all over them. So we can see here, Tavernier has the ball, and he's got Foden trying to mark both of them. Tavernier makes the pass to Kerkez, and it's at this point that Foden starts to follow Kerkez, and this is kind of where everything changes here. Kerkez makes a quick dash to the outside of the box, and it looks like he's maybe trying to make a cross and maybe trying to pass back for a little Evan Nielsen cheeky goal there, but he's not. He jukes Foden to go one way, and then makes a flash of lightning to go the other way, and he's faster than Foden, which means that he can then get in front of him this way, and all it takes is that one little piece of skill, and he's already beaten the defender. And you can see here, Bournemouth's entire team starts to push into the attack, and City are trying to mark him. Here comes Semenyo, and you can see the number 9 here trying to mark him, but it's not going to end up working because the ball gets to Semenyo barely, and ends up slotting it home for the goal. And this is pretty much how Kerkez deals with these 1v1 situations on the attack. Now, as for how he might fit up with Liverpool's actual squad, assuming this might be somewhat similar to how Liverpool will actually line up, you can see Diaz passes to Szoboszlai passes it to Salah, and then Liverpool starts to really push in. And you can see Frimpong and Kerkez starts to jolt into the open spaces out of nowhere, might make a pass to Kerkez here to come a little bit back, and he's in a 1v1 situation, and now he's going to try and maybe step over here, break into here, but he ends up beating the defender, and from this moment, he could play a pass to Diaz here, who plays a pass to Wirtz, and then Wirtz smashes it into the back of the net. And this is kind of about how, well, Liverpool could line up with this. Now, as for his link-up play with maybe Szoboszlai, he might be able to do a little pass over here, and then Szoboszlai runs into this open space here. Kerkez makes the pass. Szoboszlai makes the pass to Salah, Diaz, or Wirtz, whoever's really up here, maybe McAllister. and then dispatches it into the back of the net. One last thing is the overlapping runs of Liverpool. So Szoboszlai passes it to Curtis Jones. Jones launches the ball to Wirtz, and Wirtz is looking kind of isolated in this position, but Kerkez is not. So Wirtz will end up finding the through ball pass all the way to Kerkez, and now he's on the wings here. He's on the wings, and it's going to be really hard for him to try and defend him here. And then comes into the box, and Diaz eventually ends up scoring. You know the drill there. So at just 20 years old, Kerkez already shows the traits that Liverpool need in a good modern fullback, and he meets the visions of Arne Slot entirely.